the guy who collected all of this stuff is like almost 70. He's been doing it for 50 years. He collected and sold. Some of this stock hasn't seen the light of days in 40 years. All the ephemera and all the books and all the photographs. He had a great eye. Everything in here is worth something. How long it'll take me to sell it all off and not look at the last piece of paper out of it? 15 to 20 years. I don't know if you call it a collection. I don't know if you call it an absurdness. I don't know if you call it, a disease. But whatever got him to save 4,000 boxes of paper and books. It's amazing because you always hear about this. You hear about the lost, archive or the lost group of everything or the massive amounts of stuff. And you're like, yeah. The most I've ever bought was 400 boxes. This is 4,000 boxes. So it's 10 times my last massive purchase. So, and there's only certain people who are psycho enough to take this on.
I don't know if many people know what archivists do. Archivists are custodians for our collective past. I was a junior at NYU studying history, and I thought, what am I going to do with a bachelor's degree in history when... And I did a summer internship in a federal office building. The building's been around for decades, and over the years it's housed many different government agencies, including the Atomic Energy Commission. I do remember walking down there. There were relics in every room. It was like walking into a time machine back to Cold War era America. The instruments, the tools, the testing devices, all this stuff that profoundly impacted our understanding of radiation and science and physics and the world, it was built in this lab in New York. Now, it's like a ghost town. It's completely empty. It's kind of like we're wiping away the history. The only thing that they can't get rid of, as far as moving it, is this full body scanner. This machine is actually the first full body radiation scanner ever built, and it was fabricated from the gun turret of a World War I battleship, and it weighs about 70,000 pounds. The scientists saw my interest in the full body scanner. They wanted me to see something else that was sitting on the loading dock. At first glance, it just looked like, I don't know, this iron metal thing, like an iron window. I had really no idea what it was. They thought this machine was actually something that Willard Libby was using during his radiocarbon dating experiments, which won him the Nobel Prize in 1960. I had never heard of Willard Libby, but I did know about radiocarbon dating, which is a method for determining the age of an object, even thousands of years old. 99% of the people in the building had no idea what this was. How could this just be sitting on a loading dock, set for the scrapyard? I got in touch with the Chemical Heritage Foundation in Philly, and as it turns out, they had all these machines from other Nobel laureates. They were thrilled and immediately came to pick it up. Because of the carbon-14 in our environment, you can date works of art, charred seeds from an ancient campsite, you can date post holes from a hut from 4th century France. However I could describe this iron thing, the Nobel Committee, they said, which encapsulated perfectly what this meant to the world, that seldom has an innovation affected so many fields of human endeavor.